Are we unmuted? Okay, now we are. Good afternoon. Okay, welcome to the Friday review of games, everyone. I, as always, am Ian Nee Lewis.
And I am Dan Galpin.
And I have a very special present for Dan today. Today we are drinking. Say it.
Oh, it is a cuvée de Jacobin, I would say, maybe.
I'd go with that. That sounds good.
Sounds close enough. It might be Flemish, so it might.
Ask Reto. He's foreign.
I am foreign.
Exactly. How do we pronounce this?
Yes, cuvée des Jacobins. Yes, I agree.
Okay.
All right. Can we get the Reto cam? Reto cam!
Reto cam's fail right
now. Fail on the Reto
All right.
cam.
I'm just a black void.
That's good because next week we can suck less and we can get the Reto cam.
There you go.
All right.
So I got to say something about this beer because I don't want to like here. You can have the open one. Oh, nice.
Excellent.
Reto cam.
Reto cam. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
You can just see just a little bit of Big Pete.
Yeah, indeed. So the thing about this beer, it's a sour Flemish ale, Flemish sour red ale. It is apparently has a cascade of beautiful complex flavors, oak barrel aging for 18 months, etc., etc.
Vanilla. It's all about the vanilla note
Actually,
and sourness.
This is really, really sour beer. This is like, I've had sour beers before, and they were they were like lemonade or something. This is the warheads of beer. This is
but it also has such a delicate and complicated flavor. I think of it like a champagne or almost maybe even a whiskey of beer. You know, except that it doesn't taste anything like whiskey, but it's complicated.
Yeah, I don't.
You know, it's just that whiskey's complicated. Not
it's a very, very complicated flavor.
Fine wine.
Hey, I've had that, and I would say it's kind of like a wine. Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah,
exactly. Absolutely.
All right, cheers, my friend.
It's complex like that. All right.
Thank you.
So, if you happen to watch the Friday App Clinic last hour, you'll notice that I was there along with Reto because I'm a big proponent of podcast apps. I've never found one that I liked, still haven't, but hopefully we planted some seeds. You know what I'm looking for now. Again, my $20 are yours. You want to do a Kickstarter? I'll give you $100. Of course, you'll have to give me something for it.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
I would totally go for a transport control that doesn't suck and something that always plays whatever's buffered up instead of failing randomly because my internet went away.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, if that was like your $100 Kickstarter offer, I would totally go for that.
All right, there we are. All right.
So the point that I'm making is
that was
I played with podcast apps. Dan played with games. So I'm just going to kind of sit back here and let him advertise EA.
Yeah, so I just wanted to say that I am absolutely not wearing this because of any other reason other than the fact that EA gave it to me this week. And it just happens to be that we're doing sports today, so I figured wearing an EA Sports.
Bingo.
And we are not doing any EA titles because none of them were nominated. Not that they're not good titles. I really like both the soccer and football, but we are here to look at the things that people nominated on the moderator page, and we have a very eclectic set of games. It of course is the Olympics are still technically going on, so
but we don't know it because we don't have cable subscriptions, and all we get here is NBC.
Yeah, and we do have a lot of YouTube live streams going out there. That is actually how I've caught all of my Olympics that I've seen this year is on YouTube. So thank you to the folks at YouTube who made that happen. And let's talk about what we have today. So we've got a really wide variety of games. We have everything from what I would call kind of simple shoot, where they replicate one mechanic of the game really well, to actually at the end we actually even have a Olympic style, old summer games style remix game.
Nice.
It's kind of cool. But
I played that for hours in junior high.
Absolutely. This one has touch controls, and it's pretty cool. A lot of these games need some work, but it was great to see such a wide variety of stuff. I was expecting golf games and soccer games, and we didn't get any of those. So no football games at all. No. We've got a couple of kind of
which
variants.
is weird. Do you think it's just that football games on Android suck? Because it feels like it feels like that touch screen would be really good for football.
Yeah,
games.
for football. I mean, Madden is great, and so is the Game Loft title, Real Football or whatever. They're both really good. They get good ratings. And in soccer, very similar. We've got 3 great soccer titles actually on Android. So I'm not quite sure why, but I think people wanted to play with other stuff. We did actually sort of have a soccer title in Neymar game, which is kind of awesome if you are a fan, and if you are a fan of football, of course you are a fan of Neymar. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. Is it Neymar or I don't know. I'm terrible at names. All right, so let's start off with the first one. This is Stardunk, and this is kind of an interesting game because it actually is a game. It is a multiplayer game, and you challenge random people. Ooh, nice points. It's free star points. Interesting. Skip.
Okay.
All right. Play online. Well, yes. I have logged in through OpenFaint already for you. Not that I'm a huge fan of OpenFaint, and but anyways, the goal of this is to shoot baskets. And I had first thought that actually the gravity of said planet would affect this, but it doesn't as far as I can tell.
Well, that's boring.
Yeah, it's just seems
They had
to
like
be there.
such a. Yeah.
However, it's fun. It's fun to see a kind of fun presentation of all of this. And it actually, there actually are 3 basketball games that we have that all have the same shot mechanic. This one just sort of takes it out and to kind of the farthest crazy extent with the real-time network challenge here. Well, I'm really sucking at this. I'm sorry, people. But
yeah, I was gonna say with the amount of hints that you get for this, it seems like you should be doing better.
Yeah, especially since I in theory played it before we actually got on the air here.
Right.
But you're actually, one of the goals is you want to hit all 4 of the backboard pieces there. That turns you into this sort of fiery mode, which I will try to show you here. I missed again.
So close.
I know. Now I'm actually hitting baskets trying to hit the backboard. Come on, I'm only got 52 seconds left.
That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, come on.
I know. I'm totally sucking. Yes!
There you go.
Finally. All right, now we're in like flame happy mode here on the baskets. We're doing swish. Anyway, so this is actually a pretty fun game. Some general comments of it. We do see that I would like to see some higher resolution artwork for the static artwork. The font is definitely blurry here on the Transformer Prime, and that's one of the number font here at the bottom. And that's
I think that's intentional. I think that's actually got it because look at the number font on the top.
I know, but it's still it's a combination of both blur and I mean there is definitely some
there's a little bit of bloom on it.
And bloom on it, but I would still like to see it a little higher res, definitely with some of the text. But overall, the presentation looks really nice in this category of games. It's good. The back key is actually handled quite reasonably here, and you can see I go right back into my session here where we'll get to see how right there at the end get to see how I rank in against the rest of the world.
Okay.
There we are. So
that's not bad. That screen is a little busy. But the information is good.
Yeah, and I think part of this is also, you'll see there's some places in which text overlaps and stuff like that. Some little details here. Again, we've got really blurry looking icons.
I love how they have OpenFaint, a blurry OpenFaint, and Haze app, and Twitter, and Facebook, and whatever @ is.
Yeah.
Is that a new thing? Is that something the kids are doing that I just don't even know about?
I think that's maybe share over email. Yeah, it's share over email. So, interesting.
Whoa.
I know.
That's
using the standard share intent.
Yeah.
I know. They should be really using a share intent there, I think, at that point. So I would definitely comment on that. Yeah, it's nice that it does not have the OpenFaint menu. The problem with not having a menu key in OpenFaint is there is no way for me to change my profile. So I am forever player 18547400073. Thank you, OpenFaint, for not having a button to do anything in my settings.
It's weird that, in a year they haven't changed that.
I know. I can't, so anyways, normally you need a menu key, and actually, in order to actually go and make those changes. So I'm awesome to see this game actually is properly supporting Honeycomb and ICS without having any kind of compatibility. But with OpenFaint, it totally sucks. So OpenFaint, fix your problem, please.
Right.
All right.
You just don't like fun.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I actually would if I wanted to change it to my real profile, but it did not actually work. So that was Stardunk, and yeah, it's fun. I definitely like to see a little bit, just a little bit of refinement there. But other than that, I was pretty happy with that game. I thought it was really cool. Example of doing network play and doing a tournament. This has actually become really common to do sort of an anonymous tournament with a whole bunch of people all playing against a single timed mode. I would like to see some sort of reverse interaction, actually, I think, with all of that. So I'm going to the next game right now, which is Ninja Volleyball. And one of the things you can tell here, Ninja Volley, is that I'm right into the game, and it takes me into the last menu that I was in, which is kind of cool, but it's a little bit actually strangely enough jarring. If I actually back out of the game, the expectation is when I come back in, I'm actually going to probably be at the kind of the same place. Rather than back to where I was. So that's just sort of an interesting thing.
Well, you mean the same place as in, like, not where you were?
As in not where, yeah. You see, so now we're back at settings. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. This is actually customized. Again, this is just from a UI perspective. I just wanted to see, while this does definitely work, it would be kind of cool to make it a little clear what this interface is actually doing. This is hair, and you figure out pretty well these are both different hair customizations. And different colors.
It is weird that it's just numbers, though. I mean, like that's an odd UI. It looks like a debug UI.
It does actually. It looks like we're testing it, and so but it's really awesome. You can actually create all sorts of different cool customizations for your team. The characters look good. I want higher res artwork, but it's in fact higher res font, especially. As I said,
if you don't mind me saying something about the font. Now I know we were wrong last week when we dissed on the Real Racing guy, or not Real Racing, Tiny Racing guy for using Comic Sans. He was actually using just a font that ripped off Comic Sans.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, which is just like
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, no, I'm not drinking Colt 45. I'm drinking kind of a cheaper version that tries to be Colt 45.
Exactly.
Sure. Anyway, I'm just gonna say this font, it looks kind of like Comic Sans.
Yeah, this one definitely is not Comic Sans.
It's not Comic Sans.
I see what they were trying
to do. It looks like an unholy union between Papyrus and Comic Sans.
Yeah, it actually does remind me of that, Papyrus, quite a lot. The main thing I would say is they're trying to keep a ninja feel here.
Okay.
But this is not getting it, this particular font. Also, these are just bitmaps. So I definitely like to see some really cool work done on here.
Yeah, the truth is, I think there should just be a rule of,
that's much better. I'd like to see everything use the font that's used in Bluetooth multiplayer coming soon.
There you go. Well, I think that is Papyrus. But, but Papyrus stopped being exciting after Karateka, basically.
Yeah.
My rule of thumb is, in a game, do not use a font that comes free with Microsoft Word. It just the wrong idea.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got a lot of different options here. There's League. There's actually Bluetooth player coming soon, but there is.
Let's get into the game.
Let's get into the game. So once again, this is really nicely imaginative gameplay here, and when you actually get into playing the game, what you actually have to do is touch the ball with your hand, and because you're ninjas, you move silently and quickly to the spot where the ball is, which is why it's ninja volleyball.
Sweet.
So I love.
So you don't need any animation at all.
Exactly, and I love
that is awesome.
I love the concept behind the game. I just died. I love the concept behind the game.
How can you die? You're a ninja.
I know. Well, just because I'm a ninja doesn't mean I can tap things correctly.
You're not a very good ninja, are you?
I'm a suck ninja. Fourth touch. Touch to continue. You see, so that was an interesting one too. Popping up a toast in the middle of your gameplay. Generally not to transmit information. Better than popping up a dialogue, but I'd love to see it actually incorporated.
Well, again, and I think actually the developer of this game corresponded a little bit with some of the critics on our moderator page, saying that they do actually have a lot more to go. So this is sort of an alpha quality game, right? So
and I'm totally impressed with what they've done with it. Honestly, the game is fun. It plays well. It actually uses gestures. You don't just tap. You actually, as you tap, and then you can actually fling with the gestures.
Very, very cool.
I definitely think some more tutorials work. You can see they're doing a lot of things right already. They're using lights out mode in the game. It actually navigates quite reasonably when you're inside the game. They're using libgdx.
Just need a little bit better assets for tablets. Let's face it; these just aren't good 720p assets.
Yeah, exactly. They're but it's really a great start. And you see the back key actually does do something reasonable. Here we are back in our main menu, and then we are back out, just kind of like you'd expect. So very nice.
Not bad at all.
Good job, Ninja Volley guys, and just keep going with that. The next one was really, really interesting. This was Basketball Light. And this is a game actually we looked at ages and ages ago. It's like this is an old game, and then right there at the start of the game is try our new basketball game tip-off. So I'm like, okay, we've got to actually have both,
right?
And kind of show where they're going from. This game uses like all sorts of Android UI, and it's actually kind of ugly, but the game itself is kind of cool. So you see, this is not designed at all for tablets. You can see all that UI was designed around phones. And it actually doesn't explain to you how to play the game at all in the actual game. You know, it's exactly the same mechanic.
So is that a box 2D net?
It might be. It's very possible. I'm not
That's
sure.
That's awesome.
But yeah, they've done actually a really nice job with this game. And I remember looking at this like a year and a half or 2 years ago, or whenever it came out, and being like, "Wow, nice job, indie devs. That's kind of cool." But that's the old version of the game, and it's actually pretty free of problems, other than kind of ugly non-tablet UI and looks everything. You know, one thing it's very when you have something that has been optimized for tablet, this is kind of what it looks like. You see, all the buttons are over on the left-hand side. They're all really, really small. Remember, this is an MDPI device, so all of your text is going to be really, really small, because the idea of a tablet is you want to fit more stuff on the screen. And the problem is, in this particular case, we don't. What we really want is really nice big text, really nice buttons that make sense. And so this is, if you don't do any optimization around tablets, this is what you end up with, which again is quite playable. And this game has network challenge and all sorts of crazy stuff in it. But I just want to see more. You definitely see zoom. You definitely see the old menu. Let's go to Tip Off, which is their new game. So, which has it's a complete. This game is like a completely different kind on a different level of game compared to the original. It's really cool to see that they went from that to this. You know, it has leaderboards, coins. The only problem is actually from a navigation perspective. There's a lot of stuff that are still missing, especially when you're in the tutorial. There's a lot of problems, and so I'll kind of let's see if we can actually. I think we're not going to be in the tutorial level here, so you're not going to get to see all the fun stuff. But you see, it's actually the same game. With just a great presentation. And I think this actually shows kind of what it takes, what the next level looks like. You know, I mean, really, this is the exact same game we saw before, with just a ton of other awesomeness in the presentation. And I thought they did such a good job on this, you know, going from where they were before. So here we are, we hit the back key. This is not bad, okay? We're actually popping up a dialogue when the back key is hit. We hit the back key again, and nothing happens, okay? And then also we have this kind of interesting thing. There is this, there's restart and play. The play, because it looks all different than all the other options here, I did not even realize initially that meant continue down there at the bottom.
Oh yeah, it doesn't. Well, it's weird because it's actually sort of a different color scheme. It
Yes.
almost looks like it's grayed out, like it's part of a background screen that isn't active
So
right
I kept
now.
hitting restart, like I'm restarting.
Right.
And that was I did that even during the tutorial, because I couldn't figure out like how do I continue?
It's a mismatched style.
It is. It's a totally mismatched style. So that I definitely want to see that changed. There's a lot of little tiny UI things here that actually. That could be altered to make it better. I mean, it has a very complete tutorial, which is slightly annoying because the tutorial came across as very, very slow unfortunately in this game. And I don't have it up, so I can't show it to you. But I would definitely look at that. But other than that, you know, this game is looking really, really good. A couple of weird back key issues, and then a couple little UI glitches. But wow, compare those two games, and it's night and day in terms of presentation. And it shows, you know, the difference between a game that's good and a game that's great and is going to get featured is a lot of times it is just presentation. You know, this is
it really is. I mean, it's sad to say, right? I mean, you'd like to believe that you can just whip one of these things out in a month in your garage, but no.
Yeah.
No, you can't. And as a consumer, that's not what you want, right? But if you take some time, do the art right, yeah, absolutely. By the way, I'm sorry I seem distracted. It's just that I'm playing Big Win Baseball, and my team, Reto Likes Sandwiches, is about to play their first exhibition game.
Nice. Yeah. Well, that is true. So we can have the Reto cam right now. So next one we're going to look at is actually 9 innings baseball. There we are. Reto Likes Sandwiches.
Sandwiches.
Yeah, there we go. Is it? Yeah, exactly. I don't know. All right. So select control method. We'll do. So you've got your choice. You've got auto and semi-auto. I'm going to pick auto here. And no, this is actually
9 innings.
9 innings baseball. Thank you. Now we do still see the vestigial menu key here, which is sad because, you know, honestly, guys, it's clear.
How many times have we talked about this?
I know. It's.
And I'm not saying like on this show, and I'm talking about in person to you guys that made this game.
Exactly.
This is a Come to Us game, right?
This is a Come to Us game. So
Don Lim from Come to Us, dude, talk to me.
Goal, get a base hit.
It's really cool because Comptos is well known for his K titles, K baseball, which are like all these really really cute like little kids playing baseball, right? And this is their more realistic title, which I think appeals to me more. I think it's more of an American audience type of title.
Totally.
And I think they've done a pretty good job.
Yeah, and this actually combines two different mechanics in the game. The reason why I put this game here is it actually combines the sort of arcade mechanic we see here with with this tutorial, which I'm going through really slowly. And you see, you end up getting cards.
Mm-hmm.
And
who's Emma?
What?
You had an Emma on your screen. There she is, Emma.
Emma's my tutorial goddess.
Really?
Yeah.
There's always some cute girl telling you how to play sports.
Absolutely.
In these games. Wow.
So there we are.
Yeah.
And you do see that that was actually a real.
Oh wow, they're even licensing like
characters. Exactly.
Yeah. Interesting. Emma doesn't actually know. She doesn't look like somebody who knows a lot about baseball. She looks like she's just sort of like.
Oh, she's totally.
She's on a webcam somewhere.
No,
Come on.
No. Emma is totally.
Look, I'm not being like sexist here. It's just that she kind of looks like she's sitting in her bedroom on a webcam.
Now, stealing home base, that's hardcore.
You stole home.
I guess.
Nice.
Yeah, exactly. Don't forget to make an order before the pitcher makes his pitch. All right. But anyways, the point of this is let's go back.
I think they got her off of iStock Photo. I really do.
You think so?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
All right, so you actually have cards, and you actually end up with this box of cards that you can manage. And
that's cool.
And so this is actually, it sort of combines actually a lot of what is going on in an arcade baseball game. You can actually buy, which I'm not going to do, buy cards. You can enhance and mix cards, and then you can play the game. No tutorial. Back. First of all, on-screen back key. Ah! All right, but at least the back key does actually work, which is good. So let's do.
Yeah, we have this conversation with a lot of people because they'll say, well, apparently we did some tests and people really like to have a back key on screen as well.
Mm-hmm.
Our response is usually, well, A, those may not be your most hardcore Android users, and B, the whole point is to use a consistent UI so that we get everybody educated to use a particular type of UI. But whatever. If you don't want to get featured, go ahead and put on-screen back button in. Cool.
Exactly. So you can see here actually what's kind of cool. You sort of have this combination. I've elected to only play offense because I don't actually want to play defense in the game. And again, we're in kind of simple mode. The game has all sorts of different modes designed to please different kinds of users. And that's what's actually cool about the game is it's just got super deep mode. I would say this arcade system is not particularly deep, but they even have 2 levels of arcade. This is like the simple arcade, and then they have a complicated arcade. The one thing they don't have is going all the way out where Big Win Baseball goes, where it just allows the game to play itself. But you can go all the way autoplay through the game like this. So you can say I'm going to play through this much of the game and see what happens. Boom, boom, boom. So now it's just doing basic stuff. You can actually watch it play out. It's not as again, this is just really, really simple in terms of presentation when you're actually watching the game play, but it gives you that kind of card game mechanic, which is kind of cool. And you can see my players are sucking. None of them are actually scoring. But you can sort of watch this. You could even skip this whole thing and just go right there back to where I said, and let's let the game calculate itself out. Oh, there we are. My team's doing pretty well. So even if all you like to do is manage baseball, you just want to manage the last couple of innings, you can actually do this. You can play through the arcade at just the last couple of innings. So really,
cool.
However you want to play, to play baseball, whether you want kind of a full experience or a partial experience, this game has it. I
totally
just want to see.
Hey Dan, can I borrow your credit card?
No. Wait.
It's okay. I've actually already got it.
I was going to say.
We're good.
You're famous. Actually, you are supporting by yourself Hothead Games, I believe. So, yeah. So
well, by Google's self anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, in any case, I don't want to go too much farther through this game. Obviously, the biggest problem with it is it's just not an Android game. I mean, it just needs to have the UI slightly customized for Android. I definitely want to see higher resolution artwork, especially in things like these buttons, which is kind of a shame because you've got the images, and the images actually scale really, really well, and that's what we've seen is that images scale really well. Things like the buttons where you can see these edges, it just would be nice. Give us some high-res artwork, give us some higher-res fonts, and the game will look just that much better. So that would be my, my, if I were going to say anything, but basically, make sure the back key works everywhere, man.
Right.
How many times have we said that?
Yeah, that'll get you nailed. For the the Google Play Store, when they do featuring, they have a QA process they go to, and the QA people will go through every screen and try to hit the back key. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like,
and it's just dumb stuff like that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's really frustrating when it doesn't work.
Yes, exactly. So next we're going to go contrasting that to Big Win Baseball. Now, Big Win games are
Oh no, let's put it on the phone actually.
Right.
You know, the truth is this game plays a lot better on the phone.
Does it really?
It really does,
Okay.
because there's no action, there's nothing where you have to move your hands around really fast.
Yeah, but it looks so pretty. I like to compare this to. Well, I just put it up on.
Yeah, but you're opening a starter pack, and I'm getting my platinum players going.
No,
right?
no, I want to.
Okay, no. You know what, Dan? You just do what you want.
No, as soon as the starter pack opens, I want to go to yours for play. But I do want to show people to contrast the presentation.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. The presentation in this game is really professional.
Yeah. First
of
all,
look at that. All the animation.
You can see though also. All of the fonts are just beautiful. They're outlined. They're actually very close to resolution. The starter pack itself is a little low there, but all of the rest of it looks really, really sharp. And that just makes a huge difference when you're on a tablet like this. And as you can see, it's from a tablet perspective, they're doing a pretty good job. They're actually using the keyboard, which isn't bad.
Let's make that Whiskey Rebels.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead. You've got the keyboard, Dan.
Right. Exactly. Oh.
Oh, are you going to spell whiskey with an E?
Yeah.
Is that the kind of whiskey you like? Big Pete begs to differ.
I know.
All right, then, fine.
We're American whiskey here.
I think you mean Merkin.
American whiskey. All right. So we get to select cards. Any suggestions here?
Oh, you know what? It always just makes you use all three of them.
Yeah, that's a good point. It does.
So the only thing I don't like about Big Win Baseball, compared to, let's say, Big Win Hockey, which, as you know, I went nuts over, too many players. You had 10 players to manage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Starting lineup for hockey is 5 players. It's a lot easier to fill them all with platinum. It's a lot easier to remember who they are. This is a lot, but.
Well, baseball in general is kind of a complicated game to manage. I think it's
part. I mean, when I think about baseball, I mostly think of where's the garlic fries. So right. I'm probably not the target audience here.
Yeah, but the garlic fries are really good, and,
although
and they're
I did
actually
just spend
right
like
over
$10 on big boosts or something.
Yeah, well,
so.
And they are right in the little Gordon beer stand, right on the left-hand side of Pack. Never mind. All
anyway,
right. AT&T Park is too often I go there. All right.
I haven't been to a baseball game since I lived in Seattle, actually.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh, we can get you to a game.
There you go.
So yeah, but again, the presentation is really what they have done an incredible job with in this game.
Yeah, as you know, earlier on in my career, I did sports games for Microsoft, and I remember that was something that we spent a long time on. You try to make things look like a network broadcast.
Mm-hmm.
All of this presentation is just really, really good, especially for such a small game.
Yeah.
The camera motions, the animation, the sliding in and out, the crispness of the graphics.
Yeah. It's
all just really, really high quality.
It's well done. It's very well done for what it is. I mean, it's not like a full-blown 3D baseball like we've seen, but but for what they're doing with sort of 2D with a little bit of transformations on the it's quite good. And again, this is just a card game. But for people who really like to manage baseball, it gets a little closer to that. It's not a realistic game in any sense. It really is a card game that has baseball stuff thrown into it.
But what's really fun about this is, so we're watching a game right now, and the truth is, what we're really watching is a computer simulation, the outcome of which is known as soon as it starts.
Yes.
But the fun thing about watching it is, first, it is fun. They do some nice things with the graphics. But more than anything else, they show you what your players can and can't do and where they screw up.
I have a beer in my hand and I'm watching the tablet play baseball. This is like
this is
awesome.
Yeah.
All right. There
Don't
we go.
switch to camera 2.
I know, really. All you can do.
Come on.
Look at that, man. They spilled all over my EA shirt.
Drinking problem.
I know, true.
All right. So anyway, we can skip this. You skip it any time. The value of watching it is you get to see where your team members are screwing up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
right.
I'm gonna keep kicking people's ass at Big Win Baseball.
And I'm going to continue with the other games.
You bet.
All right. So in general, this game also has occasional issues with back key, mostly where they couldn't figure out what it would do.
Right.
And again, figure out what it will do. Make it do something. All right. Let's go into comedy here. This is actually, I'm gonna have to rotate the screen on this one.
We're doing comedy games.
This is
Nice.
This is it is a sort of a sports game. This is the Neymar game.
Oh, it's a fantasy game.
Yeah, and your goal
That's
is
who I
to
want to
keep
be
the,
right there.
The
that
goal
guy.
is to keep it. Oh, we're not getting output. Hold on. There we are. Now you guys are seeing it. Oh yeah.
No, they're not
touch.
seeing it. Oh, now they are.
Now
Okay.
they're seeing it. That's what I mean. Oh yeah.
This is great. This totally reminds me of like arcade games from 1985. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right when when they first got video into them.
What game is
This is the. Oh, sorry. It's the Neymar game. How do you pronounce his name? Someone's got to know.
Don't you recognize Neymar?
He's
Daniel?
Only the football hero.
I have no idea who this guy
Brazil.
is.
He is the number one
Okay.
footballer, just basically in the world today.
We call that soccer here in the United States, right?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, here in the United States, sure. Yeah.
Hey, women's soccer just won the gold in the for the U.S. and
Yep.
it was kick-ass, by the way. If you saw those matches,
Awesome.
both against UK and Japan, they were really amazing. Those are some seriously tough women. That's all I have to say. And they did an amazing job. So anyways, your job is to keep the ball alive. I wouldn't really call it a soccer game. I wouldn't really call it a sports game, but it's sort of sports related, and it's kind of fun. His
Of course, it's a
animations-
sport.
His like 7 animations that
I mean,
he
sure, you're
has.
doing it with a soccer ball, but you could be doing it with a hacky sack, and then it would be the national sport of all like old people in China. So.
Right, Daniel, do you agree with? I don't know. All right, let's go on.
That looks cool.
It's totally fun.
I would play that.
So the biggest problem with this game, and I'll show you, is it actually uses a permission which I really hate people using, which is prevent system lock. So now I hit the button again, and boom, I'm back in the game without having
Oh
to
yeah, that's a
unlock.
little annoying because you'd think that when you close the screen, especially somebody like you, Dan, where you will frequently play games in the middle of conducting extremely high-level secret conversations.
Absolutely.
You have the nuclear launch codes on your laptop. You have the code to Sergei's Batman lair. We don't want those things stolen.
No, absolutely. And besides,
Oh.
we all know that Larry is Batman. Let's be you know, Sergei is too obvious. He's more like Alfred. He makes the toys.
Dude,
So
you do realize that was a secret, right? There was like this misdirect thing going on,
you're
and now
so
you've just
right.
like everybody on. You know what? We're gonna get kicked off
I know.
YouTube.
I mean, yeah. All you have to do is hear Larry talk these days, and hey, I'm Batman. Exactly.
You guys keep this up, I'm cutting you guys off.
All right, all right.
That's right. Wait, are we really being cut off? Damn it.
No.
So.
Daniel just needs to go to the bathroom again. All right.
okay.
So this is a good game, but it shouldn't ask for that permission. That's dumb.
Yeah,
Don't
it's
do
bad.
that.
And also, the game continues to play underneath the lock screen when you lock it. So it's
The
like,
hell?
we couldn't figure out how to stop it, so we're not going to allow you to lock it. No, don't do that. That sucks. Oh my god. Bad.
So guys, I want to go on record as saying, and I'll just sort of hold this up. Actually, can you put the device cam on
Are you sure
the
that I
phone
haven't had beer
cam?
yet?
Okay, yeah. What does that say, Dan?
It is 5.5% alcohol
Okay.
per volume.
And how much is left?
About 2/3 of the bottle.
I rest my case. Next game.
Are you saying that I've been doing more of the talking?
Oh no, you're supposed to do more of the talking.
Okay. The next one is Tunes 2012 Summer Games, which displays this.
Can you say 2012? Is that okay?
I think so.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
And games?
That's a good question.
I think there's some jackbooted thugs out there that want to. Okay, let's moving right along. So let's see this thing.
All right, we got it. All right, so.
Oh, dude, is this like that old Hanna-Barbera cartoon?
This. I
Come on, Muggsy, we need to cheat.
I really loved this game. I hate to say.
Sorry, man. I loved summer games. It was great.
My saddest,
not as good as winter
so
games.
sad
but
points about this game. One is that World Challenge, rather than actually opening up a web view inside of the game, actually opens up a web view outside of the game.
We could debate endlessly which is worse, but the point is they opened up a web view. Come on!
Yeah, it's sad. But in any case, so but anyways, we can go through here, and we've got on-screen back buttons.
You know what opening up a web view says, by the way? I'm just going to say this, and I know this will be a little bit politically incorrect, but opening up a web view basically says we wanted cheap people on our payroll. Right? I mean, come on. You're like JavaScript programmers. You gotta do that stuff.
Yeah.
Let's do it native. Come on.
Yeah, absolutely. So here we are. We have an on-screen back button, and we have no support for the back key. So
no good.
They
no,
do. They
yeah,
are. But the
right
good news is
there
they are at least targeting SDK, version 11 or higher or whatever, because they've gotten rid of all of the menu key, the visual menu key, which is good. So that's a good start. Let's see
the game actually. You know what? People are bored with us
harping on the menu key,
right.
or back key over and over again. But you keep
You're right.
nominating stuff. That's
true.
It's like it's so
you get a little email saying, "Hey, we didn't actually feature you, and here's why." And
yeah, exactly.
It's tough.
I haven't actually played the boxing game before, so let's do it. All right, here we are, and everything has.
This is cute.
This is totally cute. As I said, the whole game is cute. Defend, okay, defend and.
Wow, it's like Punch Out, but with turtles.
Yeah, exactly. So now how do I attack? There we are. Hit. Ooh, I like that.
You like punching turtles?
Absolutely.
You're a turtle puncher?
He's a snapping turtle, okay? I'm totally convinced of that.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You know, I ate a turtle once, and it was the saddest thing ever.
Oh, yeah.
Because they brought it out with like this little shell on and everything, and he looked so cute.
Yeah. I remember going to the markets in Taipei and actually seeing... partially recently. Oh man, I just totally died.
All right, let's see another sport. That one sucked.
It looked good though, didn't it?
Back button doesn't work.
Back button doesn't work anywhere in this game.
Yeah, don't.
It's the home key.
Oh wow.
We get to see what happens now. Let's go back.
Okay.
Tune Summer Games.
And
come on,
you can do it.
Yeah,
all right. BMX. Wait, is BMX a summer game?
It is in their summer games. All right.
Can we play dressage?
No, they don't. I don't think they have dressage.
Okay.
Oh wow. Awesome. I don't know what I'm supposed to be
Seriously,
doing.
this is just like those cartoons we used to watch when we were kids.
Oh,
remember, like
supposed to be
Manila Gorilla or whatever.
Totally.
Yeah.
This is one of the. Oh, sorry. You see, every time I pick up the tablet, we lose HDMI. Woohoo!
Oh, that hurt.
That did totally hurt. Woohoo!
That is a really small bike.
Anyways, I really love this game. I want them to fix their back key issues. I wish we could feature it tomorrow. I mean, to be honest, I'm sure, it's unfortunately by the time they fix everything in it, the games are going to be over.
What I love is the way that this gorilla riding a BMX bike on these random sandy hills is also doing it in front of a backdrop of the London skyline.
Yes.
Look, it's the gherkin.
Exactly. Look, it's the London Eye.
Have you not been to London recently, Ian? You haven't seen the great sand dunes of South London?
No, I have not. But then again, I never did go to South London.
There you go.
You know what you've been missing out on.
Yeah, actually, what we're just doing is we're down in Sussex or something like that, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So here's my real question, Rachel. Are you checking for people that are asking us questions or berating us or calling me a racist on live stream, or are you checking Meme Gen?
I'm reading memes and eating a sandwich. I'm sure it's
How's that
fine.
sandwich?
It's fantastic.
Yeah, sandwich
for
place
sharing.
here is great.
I'm really glad you brought enough for the whole class.
Of course. Yeah, I've just eaten yours as well. You didn't seem interested.
How do I live?
Not after eating 2 Psycho donuts for
Oh,
breakfast.
I see.
Breakfast of champions.
I bet that's how I did.
Indeed.
There we are.
Wait,
I'm trying to lift. I'm trying to lift. There we are.
you can't actually see what Dan is doing with his hands, but it's
really disturbing.
it's curious.
Yes! Keep
Oh,
going.
yeah!
No,
Nice!
No, wait! Accelerometer! 3! Yes! Finish! No! I'd lost. I died. What a pity. Objective not reached.
All right. So what else do we have to look at today?
All right, so I love that game. We have the last one is Blobby Volleyball.
Okay.
And once again, presentation-wise, there's a lot of tech in this game, and there's just
Tech.
There's
Oh,
a lot
tech.
of there's a lot of tech in this game.
Okay.
But there just needs to be a lot of work on presentation. There's nothing worse than having this old school font with this outline which shows how low res everything is. Like that, you know.
Well, it could be. I mean, it could be an homage. It feels like LucasArts in 1989.
Yeah. All right, and we're gonna play against bots. This game really does shine though with its 2-player mode, as far as I can tell.
Oh, that's cool.
And actually the game itself is really well done. So
It's like the ultimate distillation of Dead or Alive beach volleyball.
Yeah, it kind of is. Wait, but no one would have liked Dead or Alive beach volleyball if it didn't have girls in bikinis, right? Isn't that?
I think they've captured the essence of it.
All right, I'm sure someone would have like. Actually, one of my friends loved Dead or Alive. Also, I do like the fact that you're actually.
You know, my wife loved beach volleyball. It's in my enduring puzzlement.
Also, you can hit the ball a lot. Yes, I finally won a point.
This is really. By the way, we're if you'd like to help out with our show, we're looking for a replacement for Dan who can play games.
Yeah, that's basically what it comes down to.
All right, so tell us about the game. What are they doing right?
So what they're doing right is they actually have reasonable backkeep mode version stuff.
Okay.
They actually, and the game actually, the presentation when you actually get into the game itself is really good. What they need to do is obviously focus on getting the presentation everywhere to that level. And it's kind of funny. It's that sort of 90% thing. I think they've actually done. They've got they have support for Wi-Fi. And admittedly, yeah, you know, it's like it'd be great if the Wi-Fi stuff could feel a little less technical. But you know, it's cool. Bluetooth, they actually have it too.
It does take you back though. It takes you back to when you'd actually build like an IPX XPX LAN from scratch just to play Doom.
Totally. And you know, and honestly, you know, the final thing is just the general presentation of the game. It just needs to be just that much sharper and that much better.
Right. It needs polish.
It needs polish, but it looks.
Well, it's interesting because you contrast this with something like Big Win Baseball, and the truth is, I don't want to make a value judgment about which game is better, which game is more fun. But let's just talk about the packaging, the way that people feel when they're playing the game. You know, it's like you could have two cars that are equally fast, equally as fun to drive, but one's all like rusted out and the paint's all pitted and everything, and one's painted really nicely. It makes you feel psychologically different.
Yeah. So we can turn off the basketball, the Blobby volleyball card here, and I really like the example is this. This is you can turn off the Blobby volleyball card right now, Daniel. Because we're not allowed to look at that anymore.
You see what happens? 1 week, first week, always just right on the ball, totally on the ball. Second week, just like screw you guys.
He's like Dan's talking. There's a
yeah,
basketball.
whatever. I think I'm like watching something. Yeah.
So
how are the young and the restless?
Oh.
Because
no, he's looking at meme gen. Let's be serious.
Good
All
point.
right.
Yeah.
I love soap operas.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
So here we are. So just by comparison, you know, this is tip off here. This is basketball light here, and by contrast that to what they've done with their new game in terms of tip off, and it's just yes, this has a lot of loading screens, but other than that.
Partly, I feel like a lot of it is just going in and getting a designer to work on the game for about 5 days or less is all it would take.
Well, I mean, they've done a lot here. Let's.
I realize the implementation took longer, but I'm saying like if you or I were to go in with a game, a crummy game that we did, and take it to like Roman Nurek, for instance.
Yes.
Roman Nurek, the Ukrainian.
Yeah, and have him hire an artist.
No, I mean he would like Photoshop some mocks for us, and then we could implement them, and they would look good instead of bad, the way most of our games look.
Yeah, especially my games. So in any case, so this is just an example of a developer who took an initial game concept, which was really great, and took it to the next level with this really cool, polished UI. And again, that's the kind of thing I think needs to happen in volleyball.
Exactly.
It's really good, and it just needs to be taken to that next level. And,
yeah. And you can tell, right? You can tell if you're not at that level. And if you can't, hire somebody who can.
Yeah.
It's not a kind of talent that everybody has.
Exactly. And my feeling is, people say, what does it take to get featured? And I said, well, it takes a great game that has a good presentation, at least a good presentation. It doesn't have to be a spectacular presentation, but you have to remember, your game has to be at that level, off the screen here, if it doesn't have that presentation. Like, it has to be so good, it has to be a concept that's so amazing, we have never seen anything like it, that's got, rave reviews, that kind of thing. The presentation is really important.
Because remember, this reflects on us, right? The Google Play team looks at a game, says, okay, we're going to maybe have a screenshot, we're going to have a feature graphic. The quality of that presentation is going to reflect directly on Google Play. And they're going to be asking themselves, is today's set of games going to make Google Play look like a champion, or is it going to make it look like the cigarettes and pure water store across from my house right next to the porn dealership and the check cashing place?
Your house is in the most awesome location. Let me just say that. So,
just think about that is all I'm saying.
Yeah. So, what you're looking at is...
What are we looking at?
Wow. All right, I'm not gonna put that up.
What, was it dirty?
No. It said it's so in there in Blobby Volleyball's. I hadn't even looked at this, but in Blobby Volleyball's copy, they mentioned that they're using the PayPal library to allow ad blocking. So, yes, exactly.
Wait, hang on. I'm trying to.
Yes.
What?
Exactly.
Put that up again. We're going to do a special segment on this. Special 30-second investigative segment on what are they doing?
We added paid feature for blocking ads. We need to add permission to read phone-sated identity used by PayPal library to allow in-app payments or ad blocking. First of all, you're not allowed to use PayPal to do this.
So you guys, by the time you go to look at Blobby Volleyball, it may not be there anymore.
It's very possible. That,
that violates
our policy. Yeah. It actually, we recently updated the policy to really clarify this, to make it very, because a lot of developers would read through the policy and they wouldn't understand it.
Right.
So now it's very clear in the policy. So yeah, dudes, switch to using in-app payments on Google Play if you're going to list the game on Google Play.
Yeah.
It's just that simple.
Everyone has to use in-app payments. There are a couple of small exceptions. They don't apply to you.
No.
I guarantee they do not.
No, definitely not.
Use Google Play payments.
So, and the real key thing is, again, when someone's looking at the game, first of all, putting open pictures in your game, that does not make me want it to go and download the game right there at all. It makes me actually not want to download the game.
No, especially the thing with their list of what are those? Oh, I thought that was like their Tapjoy list or something.
No, those
like
are
their offer wall.
No, that's just how bad achievements look in OpenFame.
The only ironically, there is one screen that looks great here, and it's the in-game screen. It's not a bad game.
It isn't. And actually, what's funny is that the font, weirdly enough, looks better in their screenshots than it does in the game that I have.
It's because the screenshot is reduced.
No, it's not just that. Look, it's a different font style.
Really?
Yeah, look, see how the font. See, it's a larger, wider serif on the font.
Okay, well, we could talk about this for days and days. Let's go ahead and call a moratorium here. Call an end to this show.
Yeah.
But we've looked at some great sports games.
Wait,
a lot of.
Oh yes, we have.
Yeah, we have, and a lot of games that we did not know about. I mean, we've seen the Maddens, we've seen the
absolutely.
Those are fun games, but it was really cool to see some smaller indie titles, especially that Tip-Off Basketball, how they improved.
Yeah,
I think every developer can learn from that story.
I want you. I was really personally excited about Ninja Volley. I really want to see where that team goes with that. I think
it's a good idea.
It's a really good idea, and it's really cute. And I was also personally, Tip-Off was great. Stardunk was really fun. Again, I like games that have competitive aspects to it, and it was just awesome. I did not know about the Toon Summer Games game, and I totally want to see them just clean it up.
That was really cute.
It was totally cute. I want to see them clean it up. I'm really sad that I didn't find out about that a month ago.
Yeah.
To be honest, because we would have said, all right, do this and this and this and this, and then.
Oh yeah, we would have featured it for the Olympics.
Absolutely,
totally.
We would have.
I totally agree.
It. So it's hard. I mean, the team here doesn't catch everything that goes through, and so that's part of the reason we do this show. And so I kind of wish we would have done sports last week, but we had a lot of fun with racing last week. And what's our next week's show?
Next week's show is ARPGs.
That's right. That's right. We're going to A. What does A mean?
J or K.
Oh, okay. That's right. That's not a joke. That's
So
we're talking
Japanese
about,
role-playing games, Korean role-playing games, any Pacific Rim role-playing games. You know what we're talking about. It's a genre.
PRPG.
You can
That's
totally,
good.
it's not, I mean, you don't
The
have to be
role-playing-
Asian to make them, but
Yes, exactly.
doesn't hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So
Anachronox was kind of in that model in a lot
Right.
of ways, and it was still one of my favorites. So
yeah, so the cutesy, like PlayStation Portable type of role-playing games, there's a ton of them out there. A lot of them come from, like Comp to Us always puts one out every few months.
By the way,
Gameville.
I totally want to see a mobile version of Anachronox, even though I know no one has, no one useful has the right to that license
I
anymore.
want to see that Mickey game. That what is that called? Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, Kingdom Hearts is awesome.
That was so cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right,
Go Square
so
Enix,
yeah,
bring it
if
over.
you guys know of some great Asian role-playing games, we totally want to see them.
Yes.
Dan here is a huge fan, and I nod along and pretend that I understand what's happening.
Exactly.
So we'll totally go over that next week, and we will see you on the flip side.
Yeah, I just want to point this out that this is almost gone. By the way, almost gone. See, yeah.
Explains so much. All right, I'm Ian Nee Lewis. This is Dan Galpin. Fred Chung was nowhere to be found. Rayto Meyer was our producer. Daniel Pham was our engineer, and we are out of here.
Cheers. My bottle is empty though.